Governor Sarah Palin.
She's not just a pretty face. She's got everything it takes. She has a passion line, a journalist for Time, coaches a football team. She's a
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
a romance novelist. She's a mother of three.
Senator Ted Cruz, the senator is the keynote speaker, and he would lower himself to just do an introduction for a hockey mom from Wasilla. I am so honored. Thank you, Senator Cruz. Oh, America, send more like Ted Cruz, please. We need him. He, coming from Alaska's little sister state of Texas, here Ted Cruz, like a good Texan, he comes to town, he chews barbed wire, and he spits out rust. That's what we need. And I was just thinking how much I like Texans. One reason, they don't mess around with our Second Amendment rights. All this stuff coming lately from the White House. And background checks, yeah, I guess to learn more about a person's thinking and associations and intentions. More background checks. Dandy idea, Mr. President. Should have started with yours. CPAC. I'm so happy to be here. Remember No Drama Obama? If only. Now it's all drama Obama. We don't have leadership coming out of Washington. We have reality television. Except it's really bad reality TV. Even our guys in the GOP too often have a habit of reading their stage directions, especially these days. They're being too scripted, too calculated. They talk about rebuilding the party. How about rebuilding the middle class? They talk about rebranding the GOP instead of restoring the trust of the American people. Now, we can't just ignore, though, that we just lost a big election. Yeah, came in second out of 2. We're not here to rebrand a party. We're here to rebuild a country. We're not here to dedicate ourselves to new talking points. We're here to restore America, and the rest is just theatrics. The rest is sound and fury. It's just making noise. And that sums up the job President Obama does today. Now, he's considered a good politician, which is like saying Bernie Madoff was a good salesman. The difference being the president is using our money. The Democrat-controlled Senate refuses to pass a budget. That was how many years ago that they did? How many trillions in debt ago? All in violation of Article 1, Section 9, Clause 7 of our U.S. Constitution. No budget for 4 years. No budget for 4 years is not just bureaucratic bungling. Refusing to pass a budget is government refusing to declare what it intends to do with the people's money. Barack Obama promised the most transparent administration ever. Barack Obama, you lie. There is a direct correlation. Never before have our challenges been so big and our leaders so small. Now, when we were here last year, at a time when our country is desperate for leadership, we get instead a permanent campaign. But here's the thing. Leaders take risks for the good of our country. Campaigners make promises they can't keep. Leaders reach across political differences. Campaigners double down on those differences. Leaders seek to bring Americans together to confront our challenges. And campaigners, they seek to divide and to conquer and to orchestrate crisis after crisis after crisis to exploit. Mr. President, we admit it. You won. Accept it. Now step away from the teleprompter and do your job. Class is in permanent campaign mode. One of my idols, Lady Margaret Thatcher, she offered this advice after her party lost at the polls. She told fellow conservatives not to get lost in abstract debates and green eye shade accounting. Mrs. Thatcher advised conservatives to focus their concern first and foremost on the people. She said, look at every problem from the grassroots, not from the top looking down. She also cautioned conservatives not to go wobbly on their beliefs, to which I offer a hearty amen, sister. We could use a leader like Maggie Thatcher today. Allow yourself to imagine leadership that deigns to understand us little people, us clinging to our God, our guns, our Constitution in the grassroots. Imagine leadership that respects the Second Amendment to the Constitution. The majority of Americans want this. Is it any wonder there was such a run on guns and ammo for Christmas presents just a couple months ago, considering politicians' attack on the Second Amendment? Oh, you should have seen what Todd got me for Christmas. Well, it wasn't that exciting. It's a metal rack, a case for a hunting rifle to put on the back of a four-wheeler. And then, though, I had to get something for him to put in the gun case, right? So this go around, he's got the rifle, I got the rack. Safe. We're cool. Shoot, it's just pop with low-cal ice cubes in it. I hope that's okay. What did you think was in it? Yeah, you young college Republicans, especially you who went Greek. I am so proud of you guys, all of you. College Republicans there on campus, you are so bold, you know, and you're, well, you guys keep your courage up. And my only piece of advice, because I'm a mama, my only piece of advice to our young college Republicans is you got to be thinking Sam Adams, not drinking Sam Adams. And that's just a joke. I don't want to now hear from the CEO of some brewery. Creating government of, by, for the people. It also means ending the poisonous practice of treating Americans of different social, ethnic, religious groups as different electorates to be pandered to with different promises. If we truly believe the words of our other founding document, the Declaration of Independence, with its world-changing assertion that yes, all men are created equal, then there are no Hispanic issues or African American issues or women's issues. There are only American issues. Now, CPAC and those who may disagree with us on some issues, they're not our enemies. They're our sisters and our brothers. They're our neighbors. They're our friends. It's imperative to reach out and to share that conservative message of liberty and less government and lower taxes and individual responsibility. It's time we all stop preaching to the choir and let's grow. America already has one party that's expert at pitting groups against one another. If Believe in America is more than just a catchy campaign slogan, then we have to believe in America's exceptionalism and her greatest achievement, that no one is guaranteed success, but everyone is guaranteed an equal opportunity at success. If you don't have a team of lobbyists in D.C. or a canceled campaign contribution check, well, you're not at the table. You're on the menu. If Mrs. Thatcher were with us here today, she would remind us there's a big difference between being pro-business and being pro-free market. On this, there can be no mistaking where conservatives stand. It's time for we the people to break up the cronyism and put a stake through the heart of too big to fail once and for all. That includes in these resource-rich states. The next election is 20 months away. Now is the time to furlough the consultants and tune out the pollsters, send the focus groups home, and toss the political scripts. Because if we truly know what we believe, we don't need professionals to tell us. And if we truly seek to know the heart, do you know someone whose judgment you trust? Someone who doesn't just preach common sense, but actually lives it? Well, encourage her or him to run for office. Are you mad as hell and think that you have a better way? Then run yourself. The last thing we need is Washington, D.C. vetting our candidates. If these experts who keep losing elections yet keep getting rehired, raking in millions, if they feel that strongly about who gets to run in this party, then they should buck up or stay in the truck. Buck up and run. The architects can head on back to... They can head on back to the great Lone Star State and put their name on some ballot. There is more wisdom, more character, more grit and common sense in the soldiers and the moms and the teachers and the laborers and the firemen and the fishermen and you students and the cowboys and other extraordinary Americans that I've met along the way than will ever be found in the cocktail parties of power across the river. And if they, us, we the people, the little guy. If we had one message to send to Washington, I'm sure it would be this: get over yourself. It's not about you. It's about grave concern regarding a president claiming power to direct drones to kill whomever and whenever without accountability, but no power to open up the White House for the school kids to get to go visit over spring break. About concern over a president that would prioritize not being able to afford to keep that White House open for those students, but to send $250 million and our weapons to the Muslim Brotherhood. Priorities. America, you deserve better than that. We deserve better than the people who call themselves our leaders, but we won't get it unless we're ready to fight, and this is one fight that is worth it. If we have faith in we the people, if we teach America's foundation of work ethic and development of our natural resources, if we believe in the charters of freedom that guide us, if we trust in the promise of opportunity that binds us, if we know the providential hand that made America exceptional and respects the innocent life that he creates, then we will save our movement, and then with hard work, humility, and the grace of our loving God, we will save our country. God bless you, CPAC, and God bless the United States of America.